Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Memorial Field here at Memorial Stadium on Slocum Road in Dartmouth. It's girls soccer on tap today, 4 o'clock start. We welcome you live to the broadcast. Evan Massoud with you this afternoon as the Durfee Lady Hilltoppers come in to square off against the Dartmouth Lady Indians in Southeast Conference play. Dartmouth coming into play at 8-2-2. It's been a really good year for Coach Scott Boudreau's Lady Indians. And, considering that they had 0 returning starting players this year, to be at 8-2-2 after 12 games, Coach is very proud of his players and couldn't be more pleased. On the other side, the Lady Hilltoppers have also had a great bounce-back year, led by head coach Ami Roach. 7-5-1. They're coming off a highly controversial loss against Brockton on Tuesday, a game in which the Hilltoppers lost 4 players to season-ending injuries. So they're going to be dealing with a bit of a skeleton crew this afternoon against Dartmouth. A number of players having to be called up from JV just to field the team today. So been a tough go of it this week for Coach Roach. But the Lady Hilltoppers, one thing I will say, seeing them very often, being in Fall River with Fred TV, this team does not quit. They are fast. So for you Dartmouth fans who haven't seen Durfee, the Hilltoppers are fast, and one of the fastest is who's going to start us off here, number 10, Emma McDonald. Her sisters went through the program as well, Isabel, and she is just as fast, very prolific player. So she's a player to watch on the opposing side, I can tell you that. As we are underway, this one goes out of bounds. Let's run down the starters for both sides as the 40-minute clock has taken off. And we will start with the visiting Lady Hilltoppers. We have sophomore number 6, Emily Coelho. We have freshman number 3, Caitlin Cucci. We also have number 8, Maddie Tabikas. Number 9, a sophomore, Julia Raposa. Sophomore number 10, Emma McDonald, who we just mentioned. Junior captain, Amelia Dias, number 11. Following her, we have number 14, a sophomore, Julia Hargraves. Freshman number 16, Abigail Saunders. Freshman number 19, Liv Rumsey. Junior number 23, Julia Matos. And the keeper, sophomore number 25, Abigail Carrero. For the Lady Indians, number 2, Sophia Giosa. Number 4, Sarah Kelly. Number 5, Kylie DaCosta. Number 7, a captain, Gabby Santos. That has gone down into the corner. Hargraves giving chase, but scooped up. Number 14, Meredith Sylvia. Number 17, Kaylin Rutkowski. Number 18, Captain Eileen Boyle. Number 19, Isabel Sagan. Number 20, Madison Stott. Number 22, Alexia Almeida. And in goal, number 0, Kate Smith, who made that scoop as Hargraves was coming in on her. So for the Hilltoppers, one of the things for them that has been very different this year is their ability to, really create open space, put the ball on net as Carrero will come out and make the scoop. It's one of those situations where, for last couple years, goal scoring has been difficult. Last year, the year before, they were able to create some space. They were able to create a few opportunities. A shot is taken, batted by Carrero, and it goes out of play. The Indians will be looking at a corner kick. We'll take a look at that. That was a good break for the Indians. The shot was taken. Relatively easy play off the foot of Almeida. And the corner kick put in play, sent back, not in the air. Sent back to number 14. That's Sylvia. We'll get it back and try to take another shot. On the ground, cleared away by the Hilltoppers. It leaves the box. So, for Durfee this year, with the speed of, Hargraves and McDonald in particular, you see McDonald forging ahead, trying to catch up to D'Souza. They've been able to work both sides of the field pretty well. The Hilltoppers do not do well crowding the middle. They like to work the outside. So, and that's where they've been able to create their scoring chances. They work outside, cut back in once they get to the box. Another break and an opportunity for Almeida, but a little too far ahead of her. That's where Durfee's gotten their goals, and they have scored a fair number of goals this year. It's been a much different team, and it's still a very young team. Much of the starters for the Hilltoppers, in fact, if we look at today, not one senior is starting on the field today for Durfee, so that kind of tells you where the program is going in this youth movement. That's pass up ahead to McDonald. McDonald has to check up, and that was Boyle. I said it was D'Souza, excuse me. That was Boyle playing defense back there, kind of mid-defense. Now for Dartmouth, though, on the other side, Coach Boudria said he is thrilled with the defense of his team. So you have a team in Durfee that's done pretty well offensively this year against a team that is tough defensively. The Indians have allowed 4 goals in a game one time, and that was in a loss, and that was the most they allowed in a game. The rest of the year, the most they've allowed in any games was 2. So they're averaging, basically say it, a little over a goal per game. That's not too bad. So that shows you the defense has really done a good job at clearing out the ball and limiting what the forwards on the opposing team are doing. As we wait for a throw-in here from Tabikas. Down into the corner, out of play again, this time off of Hargraves, and it'll be a throw-in for the Indians. Down the sideline, giving chase is Almeida, cleared out, and sailing over the production truck. Out of play. Towards the box, hooking, going towards the far side, giving chase is Kelly. Keeping it in, no, got out of play. Tried to sell it, it'll be a goal kick for Carrero. The Indians, they're coming off a win, a 1-0 victory right here against Somerset. It was on Monday afternoon on Columbus Day, 1 o'clock game while there was no school. That was, of course, non-league play. Their last conference game was a loss last Tuesday, October 5th, at Bridgewater Rainham, 4-3. So the Indians have not played since Monday, so they got that extra day of rest this week while Durfee was playing on Tuesday. Tell you that it's been a real test for a lot of these conference teams down here on the South Coast. With regards to schedule, things started kind of light, and now it's like cram games in for the next 2-3 weeks. Everybody's looking at, 3 games a week. That's a lot to ask, especially in the middle of the season as you're trying to, stay healthy and push towards potential playoff berths. And of course, that whole system totally different this year with the power rankings from the MIAA. It's not just win half your games and you're in. Who you beat. They basically implementing the football set up in terms of points that they did implement a few years ago, and now they're doing that for across the board with sports. So who you beat, if you're a lower division and you beat a higher division team, then you get more points because you were an underdog essentially, and they're a higher division than you. So there's a lot of it's some crazy calculation, mathematical thing that's just far beyond my scope, if I'm being honest. It's just, I don't know. Win half your games and get in the tournament. I think that's just so much simpler. This just complicates things. And obviously, except for athletic directors, it wasn't too well known because I never saw any releases from the MIAA about it, at least not on my level. So yeah, interesting how the tournaments are shaping up, and I think it's going to yield itself to actually seeing some larger brackets. Because let's face it, down here where we are, at least for Division 1 and 2, these teams where you only have conferences with 5 teams. Think about it if the Big Three and the Old Colony were still in effect, right? You'd have 2 leagues that are 3 teams. So down here, though, there's not a lot of Division 1 teams. So you're constantly, the lower division teams are playing higher teams, and they're getting more points. I think, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting how it all shapes out. It's definitely going to be a different scenario, and you may see some teams that, get into the tournament that don't normally get there because, if they win a few games, they may not have gotten to half as before, but if the wins mean more, then they can get more points out of it and actually get in that way. So, for example, the Lady Hilltoppers are 7-5-1. As of last week, last Thursday, when I was at Durfee for the girls' game against BR, shot taken and put on net. Smith making the play. 1 week ago today, Durfee had an evening league game against Bridgewater Rainham, and Coach Roach told me that they had allegedly already qualified. Even she wasn't 100% sure. So I think everybody's still getting used to these calculations and how it all shapes up and who gets in, who doesn't, and how they get in versus how they didn't get in and whatnot. So I'm waiting. I'd be interested to see once we get down the stretch how many teams do actually qualify. I know that the MIAA has the power rankings now posted because we're past the halfway mark and you're starting to see teams emerge as having gotten that playoff berth. But you want to check it out for yourself, try to decipher it, MIAA.net. It's right on the home screen. There's a power rankings thumbnail. You can check it out. All right, 10 minutes gone here. Free kick on the far side. Dias trying to get by, could not. Now she'll get the ball back. No, it gets by her. She'll take it away, though. Line drive through the defense, and Smith will come out to make the play. Enough defenders there that even though it got through, the Hilltoppers forwards were not going to break through the defense to get to that ball. Hit too hard. That was lofted over the defenders by Stott, but quickly getting there and clearing it off to the sideline. It'll force a throw in, and the Lady Indians subbing 4 here. Big switch up for Coach Boudria. 13, 16, 23, and 24. So Martins, Green, Cabral, and Oliveira all coming in. And some of the starters going to take a break here. Good pass up the field to Hargraves. It gets by. Hargraves reeling in. Couldn't take it away, but I'll tell you, that was a good burst of speed. As Hargraves was reeling in, Boyle and Seguin. Shot taken, and it will sail out of play, landing along the berm behind the goal. Quickly back down the other end. That goes out of play. Purposely sent out of play. Again, a reset now as the Indians will throw in. Foot race to the ball down there, and going tumbling down out of play over the fence was Oliveira, who just checked back in. Just checked in. I shouldn't say back in. She did not start, but just checked into the game. And will get by skipping through Martins, playing defense. Another chance for the Indians. Shot taken on the ground. Carrero goes down to dive and make the play on the turf. It was wide left of the goal, but still went down to save it just to be sure. And quickly back the other way as it was clear to the goal, kicked out by Kate Smith. Hilltoppers with the throw-in right in front of the bench. Right at the midfield marker, I should say. Hargraves jars it loose. Gets past another defender who may have a shot here, and it's going to hook wide left and go out of the goal. She beat Martins, and it goes out of play. Could not square it up. A little too much hook on it. Hargraves gets the bad news. Dartmouth ball. And a throw in for the Indians. Giosa will kick it back to Smith. And that's going to go out of play on the far side. Hilltoppers will throw. Weaving through traffic and then having it taken away. That was Amelia Dias. Another very fast player for the Hilltoppers. Foot race on the far side now. Out of play it goes as Green clears it, stops the forward progression. Oh, goes out of play. I thought they had the sidelines working pretty well there. And Cabral had it go out just enough. And, of course, the official standing right on the line as she was going up the field towards him. So an easy call. I mean, from this angle, obviously a little different. But that one goes out as well. Should be another throw-in for Durfee. And Julia Matos, who's been doing a lot of the throw-ins on that far side. Coming back to her, out of play. And let's do it again. Third time's a charm. That goes out, and now Dartmouth will get a throw-in as we come up on the halfway mark here in the first. Nice crowd on hand once again. I'll tell you, the Dartmouth fans love soccer. Durfee travels pretty well. Yeah, it's a nice car on the screen there, too. Yeah, decent crowd, though, for Durfee. Really good crowd, though. Dartmouth, again, as usual, coming out with a nice crowd. I have to say, I really enjoy these 4 o'clock games, too. I know Durfee, for the conference games at home, we've had almost nothing but 6 o'clock games this year, and it's nice playing while the sun's out, especially as the days get shorter. With some of the games we've been doing now at 6 over the last week or two have been starting literally while it's dark. There's been no sun. The sun's already gone over the hill. So nice to play during the day, although the shadows do make it challenging for the cameras here and the players, but for the cameras especially, it is nice having some daylight here. Ooh, some contact there at midfield, and it draws a whistle as Hargraves gets called on the foul. Or, excuse me, that was not Hargraves on the far side. My bad. Hargraves is here up the field. So a free kick right around the 50. That looked to be Saunders, actually, I believe. Down the field. Down in the corner, keeping it in play, is Oliveira. Shot taken on the ground right towards the post, and the easy scoop going down to one knee is Carrero. Make sure it doesn't get past, and she'll punt it away. Booming kick, lots of backspin, and it's going to kind of stick its landing a bit. Hargraves lofting it over Boyle. And McDonald tried to get there in time, could not. That's a great pass, and they have some help. Kelly breaking on the right, in front, centering pass. Oh, crossing in front, and she couldn't put it in. The whole right side of the goal was exposed. That was a great setup. Beautiful pass, and just a step ahead. One stride too far ahead of Kelly. It should be 1-0 Dartmouth. That was a beautiful setup there from Oliveira. Tough break for the Indians. Taken away, flat out taken away. Nice job there by the Indians defensively. Another chance for Dartmouth, and a bump, but the ball stays. Shot taken, and it's good. Chiosa got it back after the bump. And it's 1-0 Indians here with 16:43. I want to see that bump, though. Was it the Hilltoppers that bumped her? Yeah, so luckily Luckily for Durfee, that could have been a penalty kick anyway, so Saunders running in, causing the collision, but great job by Giosa to stay with it, got the ball back, and took the shot. Carrero could not get back. She was leaning more toward the right side, and Giosa went left side. So 1-0 Dartmouth here in the first. About 16 and a half minutes to play in this first half. And that comes, mind you, that came just about a minute after the Indians had almost grabbed a lead on that crossing pass in front. Out of play. That'll force the throw in. Booming kick crossing the field. Near side to far side. McDonald goes down. Free kick coming for the Hilltoppers. Quick substitution for the Hilltoppers. As Silva came out and Coelho went back in. That was the hold for waiting for Matos to throw in. Hargraves weaving through traffic for Indians on the sideline. She had no help. She still got the shot off, though. Not a very strong shot. Easy play for Smith. Dias cuts it off. It goes straight up in the air, and she stays with it, goes out of play. Sub for the Indians now. Boyle coming in for Sylvia. Coming near side. Nice job sending it down the field to Costa. It's going to go out of play, and the Indians will have a throw in deep down the sidelines. Caitlin Cucci gonna send it away. Pass to McDonald, came up and hit her hands, and will play on. Wow, they're letting it go. Certainly looked like it hit her hands from here. Well defended Martins. Able to outrun the speedy McDonald. Giosa sending it back toward the box. And Carrero somehow able to hold on to that. Had Kelly coming in fast, and Carrero's teammate or defender there wasn't able to really hold her off. Dias loses it. It's cleared away by Seguin, sent down the field, and giving chase now. Cabral, it goes out of play. Durfee will throw in deep down the field. No, Indians ball. 3 more subs for Coach Boudria, who's really moving the bench with the starters around here. Lots of personnel changes over the last 10 minutes or so. All 3 forwards essentially coming out right now. Well, Cabral more of a defender, but Cabral has been working the sidelines and pushing down the field. And Giosa, a midfielder, but she's had some shots. She scored the goal. So some of the attackers coming out now for the Indians. Hilltoppers trying to clear it out of the corner. It's a good job there down in almost went out on the goal line, which would have been a corner kick for the Indians, and smart play there to just kill it on the side and force the throw in. Line drive up the middle. No. Cut off right at Rutkowski. Now Dias passing, looking for Hargraves. It's slowed up, and Hargraves will come back to get it as DaCosta got a foot on it. Now spreading the field a bit. Lofting over the defense. McDonald can't get there first. It's Martins instead. Kind of jammed up there. Will send it back. Now going for Hargraves this time. Hargraves goes out of play. It'll be Durfee ball up the field. That one skips by. That's heading towards the crowd. Another throw in for Durfee. Well, field hockey tied against Durfee yesterday, 2-2. And volleyball was at the field house. I had that game in Fall River with Fred TV. And that one's on YouTube, and we did share it with DC TV, so probably will re-air here as well in Dartmouth on your local channel. But a 3-0 sweep of the Hilltoppers by Coach Lassie's Lady Indians, as they remain perfect, have not lost a set here in 2021. The boys are rematching at Durfee at 6 o'clock tonight, so imagine we'll have a number of Dartmouth fans hitting the road for this evening's game. It's senior night for the boys in Fall River. And really tight match here earlier this season, which we covered. I was here for that one too, the boys game, and that was a heck of a game. Durfee ended up coming away with the win on a late goal from Colin Hargraves, who is Julia's brother. Julia playing here for Durfee on the girls team. That was really quite the game, though. We saw a little bit of everything in that one here at the stadium. In the first meeting between these two teams, the Indians came out on top 5-2 over Durfee. That one goes out on the goal line. The Hilltoppers will have their first corner kick of the game, and it comes here in the 34th minute, the 33rd minute. And it looks like it's going to be Cucci, yeah, number 3, who's heading down there. Close by, though, is Dias. Now she'll break. A little obstructed there by the other goals on the side. Shot taken, no, blocked. Coming back is Cucci, met by defenders. Will recenter, and it's going to fade to the right and go out of play. Good second chance effort there. Tough play to make with the defenders coming in. It'll be a goal kick for Dartmouth. That one cleared away again down the sideline. And it'll force the throw in for the Indians. And at the very least, what it does, it just kind of halts the momentum a little bit. And when you can't make the turn, if you're the Hilltoppers, you can't turn the ball around, safer to just clear it out and kind of force the reset, right? At least you know it's a dead ball and you have to restart, I should say. Nice cut back, good pass up the field. They were looking for McDonald. Low line drive towards the goal. Taking a little too much time to clear it out. That almost got dangerous for the Hilltoppers. That one heading back in and blocked again. Another chance. Wide open shot. Taken, and it's wide to the right. Santos all alone, undefended. You'll see it again here. Very dangerous. Hilltoppers defense slow to react, and crossing in front as well once again was Kelly. They had targeted her before, right before the first goal, first and only goal. Very dangerous there if you're the Hilltoppers. Not a very good goal kick. That one didn't get much air. Blocked very quickly. It'll stay deep down the end for the Indians, and a foul coming against Oliveira will now give Durfee another free kick as we are coming up to the 2 minutes here shortly. 3:15 to go. That one skipping by and then cleared for the moment. Hargraves and Dias cannot get there. It's lofted over their head. Santos. Indians trying to push across midfield. They do. Dias passing up ahead. Great pass. That's got enough. Not too much speed. Oh, and Smith gets there. I didn't think she was going to get there. And the pass, though, from Dias was very good. There was some good backspin. I thought it was going to heal a little bit and give Hargraves a chance. And once again, a situation where, just maybe one stride too short. Or in terms of the pass, hitting her one stride too far up the field. On the ground, cleared out of the box. All right, clock is stopped at 2 minutes. Off Hargraves, and she slows it up, but it goes out. And it'll be a throw-in for the Indians. It's Seguin. Down the sideline, and it'll go out of play. Throw in for the Indians. That goes out as well. Should be Durfee ball now. In real time here, 15 seconds. Clock is stopped at 2 minutes, but real time, 10 seconds now left in regulation. And that is the half. There was 0 stoppage time. So those 2 minutes were exact. And that is 40 minutes in the books here at Memorial Field. Good first half. The Indians kind of picked up a little bit, had a good burst on offense towards the end of the half, almost made it 2-0, but they will go into halftime with a 1-0 advantage over the Hilltoppers. 10 minutes are on the clock here. The boys don't always use the full 10-minute halftime. We'll see if the girls do, but officially there is 10 minutes for the half. And we'll be back with the second half right after the break. You're watching Girls Soccer on DCTV. Memorial Field here in Dartmouth. You see the Durfee Lady Hilltoppers still in the huddle. 5 seconds left during the halftime break. Durfee using it all. Dartmouth seems like they've kind of been ready to go for the last 2 minutes or so. They made their way back to the sidelines at around 2:20-ish. But Durfee using all of it. I have to say, given what went on for Durfee in their last game on the road at Brockton, fielding a team here, having to call up a number of players. The Hilltoppers lost 4 players to season-ending injuries in that game at Brockton on Tuesday. So they had to bring up a lot of girls, and they were already short a few girls as well who were out for the year. So when you consider the adversity they're facing, to only be down 1-0, I have to applaud Durfee for not quitting and not, saying, oh, geez, there goes our season. No, they came here to compete, and I'll tell you, they did a nice job at going toe-to-toe with Dartmouth in the first half. Again, as we closed out the half, I said Dartmouth, kind of got that offense going a little more in the second half. They were about the last 15 minutes from really where they scored towards halftime. I think the goal gave them a little extra burst of momentum. But, in terms of starters that Durfee lost, players that really impact the team. A captain went down. Alua Rio went down. She's very fast, and she used to work in tandem, with getting the ball up to Hargraves and McDonald. Noon's a defender. Souza as well. These are girls that really all had big impacts on this team, and part of why Durfee has had success this year. It's always, you go, next player up, right? We always say that. It's easier to say it than to do it. But I thought that the Hilltoppers, with this new look and having to bring up so many different players now, thought they looked pretty good here in the first half, and they definitely hung with the Indians. See what comes of these final 40 minutes, and if the Hilltoppers will tie it up or if the Indians will pull away with a couple of goals here. Again, the first time these two teams played, Dartmouth won it 5-2. So a 1-0 game here after just 40 minutes. For Durfee, I'd call that a win to only be down by 1. Passed up ahead, McDonald using her speed, and she will not beat Smith. One of the few times McDonald was able to actually get by the defenders. They've been very fast for the Indians today, too. Don't be fooled. Dartmouth has some fast players as well. But that time McDonald got by, just that the ball was too far up ahead. Taken away by Rumsey, now sent back toward the circle. Taken away, and it's going to be a chance for the Indians. Stott gets a push, no call. I think that went out of play as well. Wow. All kinds of chaos down low. Thought the Hilltoppers were going to get called on a foul. That was a pretty good body check there. A little too much shoulder, at least for me. That stuff we've seen calls for much less. And a timeout called on the field. Just 3 minutes, not even 3 minutes into the second half. Goal kick for Durfee as we restart here. Going to go on the ground with it instead of down the field. It's going to come right back to Cucci. Hilltoppers living dangerously. We saw that at the end of the first half too. The defense started to break. The Indians starting to find some holes. Up the field towards the box, crossing pass. There is Almeida, and it goes out. It's going to be a corner kick for the Indians. On its way, high kick, hooking, landing in the box. Leaving the box now toward the sideline. Getting there, though, is Sylvia. Still loose in front. Hilltoppers finally clear it away. But some great chances for Dartmouth off that corner kick. Hilltoppers struggled to clear it. The Indians had players positioned well to try to take shots. Matos kind of got tangled up there with Kelly. And this should be a goal kick for Durfee. Out of play. Gonna be Durfee ball. Oh, it's a free. Okay, free kick. I'm gonna say, Rumsey got just very little tripped up. She still stayed on her feet, couldn't keep it in play, and I guess they called the foul. That's what I'm saying. There was very little there, and they called that one. But the check down the other end, that the hit that Cucci put on the Indians. Coach Boudria not happy with that call at all. And I think he's got good reason to be upset. Didn't see much there. Rumsey keeps it in. Good footwork. Pass back, opening some space. Shot taken towards the net. Batted away by Carrero. Great save. That's towards the net, off the crossbar, and it bounces back to the field of play. Out of play. Wild sequence right there, let me tell you. Here's the shot from Almeida as she created some space. The one that went off the crossbar very easily could be 2-0 here. Wow. Another chance. Shot taken, and it's by Carrero! 2-0! They went right back to Almeida, this time on the near side of the field. The hooking ball, there was a lot of movement on it. She had plenty of space. Hilltoppers late to break to the ball, through the defense and through the hands. That's a tough goal. 2-0 Dartmouth. Hard fought, hard earned goal there for Alexia Almeida. That ball was still rising. It almost looked like Carrero maybe started to dive for it a little too soon because the ball was not particularly high. It's more of a line drive, and it went over her hands. She was already going down, so maybe a little bit of an early reaction that time. But nonetheless, a beautiful goal there for Almeida. The Indians trying to push it right back down the field. They do. It's going to go toward the corner. And getting there, oh, that went out of play. And that is the call that it was out before Stott kicked it again. Catching up to it is Coelho. She'll get the pass back. And out of play will be a throw-in for Durfee. Another throw-in for Durfee here, and Matos. As we flip the field, she was on the far side in the first half, now this side. Almeida. And she keeps it in, cuts back. Centering pass is cleared out of the box momentarily. Up ahead for McDonald. McDonald with a foot race to the ball. Gets through. She's interfered with. No fouls. There was a lot of contact. Now the whistle. It is coming back. A late whistle. All right, free kick for Durfee. And it's Dias taking it from deep down the field. Wide left, just missing the post, and out of bounds it goes. That's the first shot on goal that the Hilltoppers have had in this half. Play has really been exclusively up on this south side of the field. The Indians have been relentless on the offensive attack through the first 10 minutes of the second half. They look different team. That was hands, not called as well. So that's 2 handballs missed by the officials today, 1 for each side. Another one that was clearly hands. Sagan ready to kick it off. That's going straight and out of bounds. Didn't end up hooking at all. Four Dartmouth Indians getting ready to sub in, the same 4 as we saw in the first half. On the ground and into the side of the net. Passed up the field. Hilltoppers take it away. They had the numbers this time down the field. Out of play it goes. Dartmouth will have a throw in on the far side. Down the field, McDonald gets the pass. Slows up, though, and it's going to come back. Got the pass from Hargraves, and it goes right back the other direction. Back to Hargraves on the far side. Cleared away. Back up the sidelines. Matos will have to play it. Does not go out of play. Dias now trying to weave her way through traffic. Gets a little bit of a push. Loses the ball. It's coming back. The Indians have forged ahead again. Batted away by Carrero. It comes out and cleared by Durfee's defense. Dias sending it back toward the box. It does hit McDonald. She sends it, kicks it off to Hargraves. That was a tough kick. Hargraves sends it, and it's long. Right back down, the Indians go. Oh, great move by Giosa, and it's broken up, but it comes back. Cabral takes a shot wide to the right. Smith coming out will make the play easily. Past the halfway mark here in the second half. Less than 20 minutes to go. A 2-0 Dartmouth lead. A goal late in the first and a goal here early in the second. Hilltoppers have struggled offensively today. Had some decent chances in the first half, but really haven't had an opportunity to get much going here in the second half. Been all Dartmouth, and now they got a corner kick. Far side, it'll be Almeida. Near side on the corner kick here. Right side, south side, Slocum Road side of the field. On the ground, kicked back, loose in front, and that'll go back toward the side, right back to Almeida. And it's cleared up the sideline. Stays in bounds, having to play it. It's Green. Back to Giosa. That's going to hook left and go out of play. Dias gets through the circle. Hargraves calling, wide open on the far side. Checks up. DaCosta is there, trying to get by her, back to Dias, trying to spread it out a little bit. To McDonald, down low. McDonald loses it, can't take the shot. Indians will have the free kick. Indians will be right back at it tomorrow. They hit the road, square off against Dighton Rehoboth, the Falcons. A 3:45 start time on the road tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, they'll have to go to Brockton to square off against the Boxers. A 6 o'clock start before returning home 1 week from tonight. A 6 o'clock game against New Bedford right here. In fact, it'll be the first of 3 at home to wrap up the regular season. Kept in, going tumbling into the fence. For the Hilltoppers, they will be off tomorrow. They'll play Saturday morning at Somerset Berkeley, team they beat earlier this year. And then they'll be off until Thursday, when they come home to square off against Brockton in a rematch. This should be a highly contentious match. There's a lot of controversy a couple years ago in the game at Durfee, and again started up 2 days ago on the road, and so it'll be an interesting one, I'm sure, at Durfee next Thursday. So the Lady Hilltoppers, who are rather beat up with injuries, could use some rest going into that Brockton game. So after Saturday, they'll have 4 days off before their next game. That's at home. They'll also have West Bridgewater next Friday. So 2 straight games at home, and they'll finish on the road at New Bedford Voke on the 27th. And that'll wrap up their regular season. Scooped up by Smith. Rather routinely, and she'll send it off. It's going to go out of play. Went out off of Hilltoppers number 15, Rachel Silva. McDonald coming up the field to try to make a play on it. She'll get the pass back, but again, in a lot of traffic. Matos will throw in. I mentioned earlier in the game that, Durfee likes to work the sides of the field. They like to spread it out, and that is something they have not been able to do today. The Indians have done a good job at forcing the ball into the middle of the field, and then when it gets all bunched up, not able to create space. And that's been problematic for Durfee on the offensive push. Couple more substitutions as we have 13 minutes to go. Pushing ahead and a chance for another goal. Weaving, shot taken, and it's going to go out. It was deflected, but wow, what an effort from Sylvia. That's impressive, and that'll get a cheer from the crowd. Talk about doing it yourself here. Takes the bounce, kick up high, slows it up, weaves by one, and then right there, that was Cucci who blocked it. And we'll wait on the throw in now, the whistle sounding, saying play on. Collision down low. Durfee ball. McDonald comes flying in, keeps it in play. It'll be taken back by Stott. Kelly trying to pass it up the field. Had Santos breaking, and the goal will go. They got it back to Santos. And that's going to ice this one. 3-0 Indians with just over 10 minutes. Looked like they wanted to get it to Santos initially. Santos jarred it loose. Took it away. Wow, didn't even take it away. The ball just got away. She just came in and took a swing at it. And it beat Carrero. So goals from 3 different players this evening, this afternoon for the Dartmouth Indians. And that goes right to what Coach Boudria was telling me. He says, we never get to a situation where we say, all right, this player has to score today or that player has to score. He says he's getting contributions up and down the team. It's balanced. That's what you want as a coach. And that's what we've seen today by the Lady Indians. Everybody getting involved. 5 more subs coming in for Dartmouth. 3, 9, 10, 15, 25. So Caitlin Sylvia, Amy Bernardo, Michaela D'Souza, Autumn Siniero, and captain number 25, Mary Ellen Sylvia. So a bunch of the starters coming out for the remainder of this one for Coach Boudria. Well, the Shadows have made their way all the way to the far side. No more sun on the field except for the 3 spectators in the visiting stands across the way. There's one bit of sunshine on them, and that's it. Down in, it's like another time zone, all alone. What's that Beatles song, Eleanor Rigby? Oh, look at all the lonely people. Hey, they're enjoying. At least, you know what? They're warmer than every other person on this side of the stands. I can tell you that for sure. Great shots by our camera crew, as always. All right. Less than 10 coming up on 8 minutes to throw in there from D'Souza. Out of play, Durfee will throw in. A header flying in for Durfee was Silva. The lights are on here at the stadium. Gotta love the LED lights. I mean, it was instant. It looked like a flash vault went off. Seriously. Instant light here. No warming up. None of that stuff. These actually are great lights that were installed when they redid the field here. Very different. Very sleek. I can't recall seeing... oh, there they are. They're like flat panels, of course, because they're LED. So, and they give off a tremendous amount of light. We'll see the lights in full effect tomorrow, as we'll be right back here for Friday Night Lights. And Durfee will be back here only for football. Hilltoppers and Indians. 7 o'clock kickoff here at the stadium. Jim Thompson and I will have the call for week 6. Oh, McDonald goes flying. Hilltoppers are going to have a free kick as McDonald went airborne. Cucci with the free kick. It's sent right back out of the box where it came from. And Dartmouth's defense, once again, lined up in the right place. Out of play it goes. And Durfee ball. Coach Boudria calling audibles from the sideline. Didn't like the set. Wants certain players defending in different spots. That one goes out. It'll be a Dartmouth throw-in. Passed up ahead. Giving chase is Sylvia. They'll send it back to Carrero, and the ball comes loose. Carrero's out of the net. I don't know why she didn't scoop that up. Dangerous play. On a tough hop, falling on it to make the save. Gucci gets it free. Go to McDonald. Back to Hargraves and sent up ahead to... Oh, and it's broken up. That was Katarina Rumsey for the Hilltoppers, one of the additions to this roster for today. And games to come, I would imagine. McDonald forging ahead, slows up. Play is broken up as we come up on 2 minutes. Throw in on the far side. Out of play again. Durfee ball again. And that's Ava Gilmet. Excuse me, Dartmouth ball. So Indians will throw in here. Clock is stopped here at the stadium. Got my timer going now. Coming up on 1 minute 5 seconds. 1 minute 5 seconds. And again, we've had really no stoppages here, so this should end in real time. Less than a minute to play here at the stadium. The Dartmouth Lady Indians going to grab another victory. It'll be their 9th. And for Durfee, 2 straight losses in the conference. Actually, 3 straight losses in the conference because they lost to BR as well with a win against Seekonk mixed in. So, tough go of it over the last week or so for Durfee. And again, the injury is not helping either. That one sent high and deep down the field. Smith makes the play. 5 seconds on my counter. We'll see if we're synced up with the officials. Oh, that is it. That's game. The Dartmouth Indians take it here at home against the Hilltoppers. A 3-0 shutout as they sweep Durfee here in the 2021 regular season. With the win, Dartmouth goes to 9-2-2. The Hilltoppers drop to 7-6-1. Good game. Again, considering the circumstances for Durfee, they definitely were outplayed in the second half, but more than anything, though, definitely a good performance. They let up less goals than in the first game when the team was at much fuller strength and much healthier, and less injuries, whatnot. This was. You see some of the girls hugging from both sides. These players are familiar with themselves, and after all the chaos in Brockton on Tuesday, one of the things that, and it shows, the relationship here between both sides is a friendly one as the coaches just shook hands. Coach Roach for Durfee praising Coach Boudria and that they play the game right. Play the game here at Dartmouth right. They play a clean game, and it's always good competition. And, that's what you want. Unfortunately, you don't always get that. But in this case, that's what you got, was a good, solid soccer match here at the Indians coming out on top 3-zip. All right, that's going to do it for this Thursday afternoon. Dartmouth winners in girls soccer here at the stadium. We'll see you tomorrow night for Week 6 football. Join me and Jim then. Until then, Evan Massoud saying good night and so long from Dartmouth Memorial Stadium.